Hey residents of MeepleTown, today we are looking at Dr. Doctor by Indie Boards and Cards, and I'm not going to give out a full-on review of this game. I really just want to show you some of the gameplay so that you can make the decision on your own to see if this is a game that might be for you. So let's get to the table and check out Dr. Doctor. Alright, so here is the basic setup for Dr. Doctor, and I'm just going to kind of play through around just to show you what this looks like. But you are first going to take the insert, you're going to flip it upside down, and that becomes the operating table. Then you're going to take the stack of the procedure cards, you're going to deal 3 of them face up, and those will be the potential procedures that you'll be able to do. And then the rest of the cards are going to go face down on top of the operating table. And those are going to be the ones that you're going to be trying to get out. And then you are going to be taking the tweezers to pull those out. Then you're going to take the patient card and you're going to put it on top. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to take on my turn, I'm going to take one of these cards. And let's say I want to take this card right here. And all these are pretty difficult ones that I'm looking at taking. But if I take this one right here, it has several different symbols on there. One, it shows how many victory points you're going to get with the star. The cubes show you how many cubes you're going to stack on top of the patient. In this case, I'm going to take 5, which is difficult. There's a lot of 3s and 4s and even a 6, some 6 cards in there. You're going to stack those on top of the patient to make it more difficult. And then you're going to be using the tweezers to pull out the cards that you need. In this case, I'm going to need 2 lung cards. And so what I would do is flip over this timer, and I only have the amount of time in this timer to be able to draw out those cards. And let me just show you how that plays out. Now, this is a difficult one that I drew, so I don't know exactly how this is going to go. And you can't see the timer, but I will tell you when that's out. So I'm going to be, in this case, kind of pushing and pulling. There's lots of different ways to take these cards out. But in this case, I'm going to be pushing and pulling. I can't touch the cubes on top, which are the blood pressure cubes. So I got one, and I believe I just got one. So that I'm going to be pushing and pulling another one of these. Again, try not to knock these over. And time's running out a little bit, and so I will try very quickly to pull that one out, and I failed as the time was running out. I was also talking, so that probably didn't help either. So what happens now is I don't get the point. So this card is going to this card is going to go back into the procedure row, and then any cards I would have taken out are also going to go back into the row. And then play will continue. So if you fail like this, you'll be able to kind of reset the deck, and then you're going to be taking the cards again, taking your turn. And it's going to be the first player to reach 12 points after your turn, and once you've done that, then you're going to win the game. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll just play through another round, see how that plays out. Got my timer over here. Again, I'm just playing by myself, and so I will choose whichever one that I want. And let's see, I see right here that I have one of the brain cards kind of hanging out, and then I can maybe potentially get that heart card right here. So I will go ahead and take this. Now, the cards do have borders around them which show you what they are just from the borders, which is helpful because it's difficult to see the entirety of the card when they're in the stack like that. So I'm going to take this one again. I'm going to need to stack 5 up. I'm going to go big or go home. This is another 4-point card, and I need to be able to get the heart and the brain. And there are some rules about not touching the patient and that sort of thing. You're just trying to get the cards. If you pull out extra cards, you're going to fail the procedure, all that sort of thing. And but the rules are very simple. So let's go ahead and try this one. I will start the timer. This time I'll try not to talk as much. I'm just going to pull out the heart and the brain for 4 points. And let's see. This brain is a little bit easier to pull out, but the heart is going to be a lot more challenging because I'm going to have to keep kind of pushing and pulling my way to get that heart card, maybe kind of twisting it. Now there aren't rules against taking out multiple cards, which you can do as well. All right, so I actually finished it this time, and with plenty of time left on the clock. So in this case, I would just keep this card, keep these 4 points. These cards that I took out now go into the procedure row, and so it's going to you're going to see as the game goes on, you're going to have lots of procedures that you're going to be able to choose from. But I hope that just kind of gives you an overview of the game. I would now be able to, I have 4 points, I now have to get 8 more points to be the winner. And that's it for the gameplay. I hope that just kind of gives you an idea of how the game plays out. But it is very interesting how you're pulling those cards out, and it's very tense in how you're pulling those cards out. And as you think you might have them all, or you're about to run out of time, you're going to have to yank some of those cards out of there, so that it's going to be a lot of just craziness going on in this game. But anyway, that's it for Dr. Doctor. If you want to get in touch with us, make sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter. It's at MeepleTown Games, or you can reach us at the Board Game Geek Guild number 3407. That's going to do it for this time. Thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at MeepleTown Games, and connect with us on the MeepleTown Guild number 3407 at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.